See, when someone is anxious, is very aware of time, every moment passing. Isn't it? But the whole focus is in the event. Is on a happening rather than on just the time. Suppose someone is waiting for a train to come or bus to come or a boat to come. And they're saying it's boat coming, train come. But the whole focus is on that object rather than just that time. Just a little shift is done, a tilt. Rather than waiting for the doctor, waiting for the boat or waiting for something else, to just wait for the moment. This moment. No. You getting what I'm saying? That is uniting with the time, that is yoga. Mind is in the moment waiting for nothing. But it is waiting. Are you getting? It's a different quality it adds a different quality to the consciousness. This aspect sharpens the intellect, softens the mind, the heart. This is called the yoga of action. This is the next sutra in Patanjali's, in the second chapter. It says sadhana pad. Sadhana pad means on practices, on the path. What is it? Tapas svadhyaya ishvara pranidhanani Kriya Yoga. Tapa. Swadhyaya Ishvara Pranidhana. 3 things. It's Kriya Yoga. Kriya Yoga is yoga of action. Action is part and parcel of this creation. There is activity in everything in creation. Right from an atom to the sun, moon and stars, there is activity. The entire creation is activity. There is nothing that is stable in this creation or immobile. Everything is busy, active. The Brahman, the infinity, is filled with infinite activity. There is absolutely no silence at all. Even in sleep there is activity. You think you are sleeping, but in the sleep it appears to be having no activity or silence. But tremendous activity goes on. Your body grows more in sleep than being awake. You know that? That's why a growing child sleeps longer. A youth sleeps more than an aged person. Because there is a lot of activity, metabolic activity going on in a youth. Body is getting built up. A child, every cell is multiplying. In sleep, the cells multiply more. If you deprive somebody of sleep, you will see their growth also gets shunted. Lot of activity happens in sleep. Even in silence, there is activity. At the same time, in every activity, there is a corner that is very silent. Somewhere Krishna tells Arjuna, Arjuna, you know who is really intelligent and clever? Arjuna says, no. One who sees silence in activity and activity in silence. He is the intelligent person. How do you see silence in activity, activity in silence? It needs sharpness of awareness, alertness, keenness. And the keenness can come when there is skill in your activity. And the skill in activity is yoga. Kriya Yoga. Yoga of action. What is it? It comprises of 3 parts. It says tapa. Tapa is endurance, acceptance. See, you are coming in the flight. It's a long distance. You are sitting, your legs are getting numb. You feel tired. But you keep sitting. You feel heavy, still you say, oh, you keep sitting. You don't say, no, I can't sit now, I'm going to get out of the plane. No way. If the plane is delayed, if it's held up in the air, you have to be there. There is no choice for you. Now, if you had had a choice at home, you wouldn't sit for 8 hours like that in one place. No way. But there is... You wouldn't sit 8 hours, no? But in the plane you sit acceptingly, willingly, without grumbling. This is tapa. Tapa is willingly experiencing the opposite values without grumbling. Do you get what I'm saying? What could be a better example? Okay, you are driving somewhere, but you are feeling sleepy. But it's sleep time. But you never mind, doesn't matter, another 2-3 hours I will drive and reach my home. You don't say, oh, it's already 10 o'clock, it's my sleep time, I am going to sleep now. You don't park car somewhere and just go to sleep, unless it is absolutely unbearable. Right? In the same way, you are hungry and you say, no, I am fasting, I want to have a cleansing diet. Or I want to cleanse my body. So one day you say, oh no, today I am just going to fast on juice or water. You decide on your own to do some action which is not usual, that is tapa. Are you getting what I am saying? You know its benefit, the result of this action is very good, will be beneficial for me, I want to do it. Like doing exercises. People go to gymnasium, weightlifting. It's not a joke, it's not giving any big pleasure to them doing that. Lifting the weight, it's not a pleasurable job. Or bicycling, but one does it. Why? They know that it is good for your system. This endurance is called tapa. Tapas. Swadhyaya, being alert, self-study, observing the breath, observing the emotions. See how the emotions come, thoughts come, what all happens inside you. Observing, studying yourself. Swadhyaya. Ishvara pranidhana, devotion to the divine, love to the divine. These three things together make Kriya Yoga. What does they do? What do they all do to you? Kleshatanu karana. They reduce the suffering. They reduce the misery in life. Samadhi bhavanartha, and gives rise to samadhi, equanimity. There are certain people who walk in a very hot weather without wearing shoes. It looks sometimes like a self-torture. Why this person is self-torturing oneself? But actually, if you talk to them, they are so used to that, and then their body is much stronger. It can bear that heat, bear that weather. But for someone else, it is so unbearable. So tapa makes you strong somewhere. So if you have come from California to Switzerland, you need one sweater above the other one and then big coat, and you have a lot of things to put on. But if you are coming from Northwest province, from Quebec and above that, then this cold is nothing. You walk around just even without a sweater. Because your body is used to greater harsh weathers. You see what I'm saying? Willingly going through that which is not very easy is tapas. And this strengthens you. The people can stretch it to that extent, They can become masochists. They torture themselves. And here also there are three types of tapas. One is the tapas for the body, tapas for the words, for speech, and tapas in the mind. Today I will just come, so sleep well today. Tonight we will see the rest of the time. Fire sustains life. There are 5 types of fire. One is Bhutagni. Bhutagni is the fire by which you heat your home, keep the warmth in yourself. It sustains life. The physical fire. This is very obvious, isn't it? It may not be so obvious in tropical countries where they don't give much value to fire, but you know in cold countries how important it is. Without the physical fire, life extinguishes. And this physical fire is to some extent present in the body. And then there is a second type of fire that is called Kamagni, the fire of desire. When the desire, the fire of desire comes, it gulps you. The fire of desire or lust, passion, whatever you can call. Kamagni. It is because of this fire of passion that life continues on this planet. Fire of passion is present in all the species of creation. The third type of fire is called the fire Jataragni, the fire of hunger, digestion. Hunger. This is one of the important principles in Ayurveda, Jataragni. It says if the fire of digestion is less or more, it affects your health, it affects your balance. Third type of fire. You know when you get fever, why you get fever? We simply treat the symptoms. We do not understand the principle. When a foreign body enters your body, your whole body turns up the heat. Fever comes. In fever, your body is developing a defense mechanism. It's burning out all that foreign particles, enemies that has entered your body. As soon as this foreign bacteria, virus goes out of the body, your fever comes down. Fever purifies the system. Purpose of fever is to purify your body, get rid of the virus or foreign particle, whichever, whatever it is. Isn't it? Jatar Agni, fire of digestion. Badabagni, then the fire of criticism. When people criticize you, what happens? Fire wakes up. Fire awakens in your system. When you stand in front of a big crowd, what happens? Something happens. You feel hot, you feel shivery. The fear of criticism. Opinions of people. This is a fire. And then there is the fire of knowledge or love. Premagni or Jnanagni. And when life moves through all these fire, it comes out as gold. Unfortunately, we have not understood this principle. We do not even allow the fire to come up. When the moment fever comes, we take paracetamol and put the fever down, put the symptoms down, our immune system goes down. It's not that you shouldn't take medicines, you take it natural way. Attend to the root cause of the problem. Eliminate the bacteria rather than just eliminating the symptom or the fire in the system. Naturopathy and Ayurveda, they all deal on this principle. Keeping alive the Bhutagni. Your body develops its own air condition. If we put air condition on all the time, then we are destroying the self-modulating system of the body. Especially in hot and tropical countries, we keep the air condition all the time, day and night. No prana, no freshness comes in the environment. Have you noticed this?
Yes.
Our body brings out sweat and cools. It's like then the breeze comes, then the body becomes cool. It has its own air conditioned system. But this we need to get used from young age. But unfortunately we have been used to air condition. We have from the childhood. So suddenly make a shift becomes a little difficult. But nevertheless, you can look into this aspect. I have nothing against using air conditioners, but making sure that the fresh prana comes and your body temperature agrees with the environment will make a difference. Then you gain the ability to walk in a cold place without having to wear too much, or to be in a hot place without feeling suffocated. Then comes Kamagni, the fire of passion. Now we do not even allow this fire of passion to come up, rise up in us. The moment a desire comes, immediately we fulfill it. Then it doesn't stay in you, it doesn't burn you up. People who are very promiscuous, they have zero Kamagni. But they do not even allow the fire to come up and burn them a little bit, bake them a little bit. The moment desire for sex comes, finish it there. Then the Kamagni does not get awakened in them. Sex is one of the oldest sanskaras, other than eating. From all lifetimes, you have done two things for sure. One is eating, another is sex. As a cow, as a monkey, as a donkey, as a horse, as a cow, as an ox, whatever it was. Passing through all these bodies, these two acts have been there. When this passion arises, observe it, and it is in every cell of your body. It engulfs you totally, so fully. It burns and moves on. It shifts. There is 100% totality of alertness, awareness, whatever that gets developed through karma. But if you do not allow that to come up and just immediately a little desire comes, immediately cool it down, then also your power or Shakti in you, the potentiality in you goes down, down and dormant, and you become more inert. Less sensitivity comes, more inertia develops. And there is no vigor or valor or joy or enthusiasm in any activity one does. That's why people who are very promiscuous, they do not have that enthusiasm. They do not have the force or will or strength to do any action. Have you noticed this? Yes, sir. Kamagni and then Jataragni. Same thing with Jataragni, hunger. You don't even allow hunger to come into you. Even before you feel hungry, you keep stuffing things in. And stuffing and stuffing and stuffing the food, the more toxic effect in the body. Many people get disease or die not out of hunger, but out of overeating. Today in the world, very few people die out of hunger. But more and more people are dying out of overeating. Because we have not allowed that fire of hunger to come up. We have never kindled that. This is the principle of fasting. When you fast also, every cell of your body becomes alive. Fasting is a very good therapy. It can cleanse your system. The Jataragni can cleanse you of all toxins. When your head is clogged with worry, tension, and unpleasant thoughts, nightmares, fasting would be a very great help. There is great deal of research on fasting. Just water fast, juice fast. Allow this fire to come up in you. The Jataragni, it can purify your blood, it can remove the toxins from the body. It can make your feelings better. In Christianity and in Jainism, in Islam, in almost all religions of the world, fasting and prayer are linked. Because fasting touches the deepest sanskara or impression in you from ages to eat and eat and eat and eat. Now, again, there are some people who simply go on fasting without knowing, without anything. Too much of fire also can burn you down. It should be done with an understanding. There are people who go to extremes. Either people overeat or fast too much. That is not good either. Fasting can cleanse your system, bring balance. Again, with moderation, with guidance. And then Badabagni, or the fear of social criticism. Said man is a social animal. Man lives in humans, live in society. They have to follow certain rules. They cannot just go ahead as one wishes. You cannot say, I am free, I can do whatever I want to. You cannot do whatever you want to. The moment you get into the street, you have to drive on the right side and you have to walk where you should walk. You have to stop where you should stop. You have to follow certain code and conduct. When you have to follow certain code and conduct in the world, naturally the fear of criticism, fear of getting a ticket, fear of being punished, all this comes up in you. Abiding by a certain law brings up certain concern for keeping those laws. Now here again, if you are so much concerned about the criticism of what people would think about you, would say about you, you are missing the boat. The fire of criticism keeps the moral in you. But if it goes out of control or out of limit, the same fire of criticism can shut down your freedom, your sense of openness, your sense of centeredness and freedom. Do you get what I'm saying? The fire of criticism, if it is too much, then you are tense and worried over nothing. Isn't it? What? Pass through the sense, fear of criticism. Doesn't matter what people say. So what? Their opinions change. And you know to your consciousness, you are not doing any harm to anybody. You move on to the fire of love. Love creates such a fire in you. The fire of love that can really take you up from the fear of criticism. You don't mind what people say. The fire of love is so strong. It takes you totally. Fire of knowledge or fire of love. It's same, synonymous. Either you call the fire of knowledge, fire of love. Fire of love begins with a longing, an intense longing, which was not known ever before. Feels so new, so it can feel so uncomfortable. Only in human life, in human birth, can this fire be experienced. Fire of love or fire of knowledge creates unpleasant or sense of longing in the beginning, but moves on to the blossom of bliss, the blossom of fullness. This is the five fires in life, Panchagni. Tapa means actually being fried. Baked or fried. You would have seen in some magazines about Kumbh Mela when somebody is standing in one leg, all over ashes in the body, having a pot of fire in the head and putting fire all around. This is such a misinterpretation of Panchagni. One who has gone through the five fires have been purified, have crossed to the other side. This is what they said, but the scriptures have been wrongly understood. People thought, put five fires around, one who has passed through five fires. Okay, put fire all around and fire above in the head. Fire underneath, fire walking. All these people do. Torture their body. This is called Rakshasi Tapas. In tapas also three types, Sattvic, Rajasic and Tamasic. Tamasic is the demonic tapas, wherein one tortures oneself. Because you cannot torture others. You can torture yourself. Nobody will ask you why you are torturing yourself. Certain people punish themselves. This is tamasic. Putting nails all over the body and walking on fire. And then there are other type of people who do practices with desire of achieving something. I have to achieve something, which has mixed effect. Always with some motive behind. Even they are doing some service, behind the service there is a motive. I should be getting something. This is Rajasic tapas. The tapas one does show off. One does fasting, tells the whole world, everybody, oh, I am fasting for so many days. I am meditating, I am doing this, I am being very good. Then like me, I can sing better. I'll sing, I'll dance, I'll do this. I do a great service. So the tapas that is done with show and done with I-ness, I am doing. It's Rajasic tapas. Sattvic tapas is that which you do not even feel you are doing. You are just part of the phenomenon. The world today is a phenomenon. The world 1995 is a phenomenon, and you are just part of that phenomenon. Where do you exist? In this lake, see, there are so many tiny waves. But if each wave think I am existing as a wave, it is being foolish. One wind blows and so many waves arise. And they all subside a little later. Like this time in the ocean of consciousness, a wave, there was a current of this time, and so many waves have arisen. And one wave calls itself Jyoti, another calls Michelle, another calls David and Dave and Lily. All these different names have been given to those limited waves. And in a few days, few years, all these waves will subside. New waves arise. Isn't it? Knowing this, with this awareness, one goes through this fire of life. That is sattvic tapas. Even in this, there are three other sections. The bodily tapas, the tapas of the speech, and tapas of the mind. What are those? What are bodily tapas? Keeping physical hygiene, keeping lethargy out, having a say over the senses, all the five senses. It's not that you don't want to watch television, just don't watch it. Don't want to eat, and just don't eat. Keeping personal hygiene and continence. What is continence? Remaining in self. And having a control over the senses and the body. This is called physical tapas. And then tapas or speech is speaking such words which does not excite people in the wrong sense. Speaking truth and speaking pleasant truth. Anudvega karam vakyam satyam priyam hitam chayat. Just notice you sit with people and what you tell them, what you talk to them. Do you excite their mind? Do they go away from you feeling relief and peace, or go away from you with anger, jealousy, greed, or frustration, or depression? Often, when you keep your lips tight, you are a better person. You are more charming. You are more wanted person. More palatable. What do you call palatable? The moment you open your mouth, you don't know what comes. You have no control over what you say. Words simply come shooting out of your mouth. And you don't even look into what are their effects. How it can be like a dragger on somebody else's mind. Your words can become a flower or can become a knife. Vangmaya tapa is what? Anudvega karam vakya. Words that does not create ruffle in the calm, quiet mind of people. If you want to intentionally create, that's a different story. But often you speak and it's an intention from your side and it creates disturbance in others' minds. This is Vangmaya tapas, Anudvega karam vakya, Satyam, truth. And there is a way to tell the truth. All those who speak very harsh, you ask them, they say, I am saying the truth. Why to go around about it? There's no need to go around. It's truth, all right. But it can be a pleasant expression of truth. Do you see what I'm saying? Often in Sanskrit an example is given. If you meet someone who is blind, you can tell them, oh blind man, come here. This is a way you can address them. A blind person, it's not untruth that you are calling a blind man. But that saying someone you are a blind man can make them hurt. Instead it says, oh pragya chakshu, means his eye is his consciousness. In Sanskrit often said example of how to speak sweet. It's called, oh man of consciousness, come. Or, oh blind man, come here. Oh, he sees just through the consciousness. Blind man, he said, he sees through his third eye or consciousness. intuitive-eyed one. This is Vangmaya tapas. Vangmaya tapas is important. Why? Because as you grow in this path of yoga, your words become more and more and more powerful. And if you call someone fool, and even if they are not fool, they will become a fool. There is all possibilities. You call someone stupid, and even if they are not stupid, there is 99% possibility they become stupid. So your words have the power to bless and your words have the power to curse. Vangmaya tapas purifies you. Because otherwise those things rebound back to you. If you speak harsh. I don't mean that you should always be wishy-washy, speak goody-goody and sweetie-sweetie. That is also self-deception. You don't have to be so wiggly. Everything is nice. Some people make a big mood out of it. They speak everything is nice. Inside they are so frustrated. The mind, they are blaming. Outside only smiling. This also, you don't have to be like that, a split person. But at the same time, you don't need to be harsh expresser of truth. This is Vangmaya tapas. And then Manomaya tapas, tapas of the mind. Mana prasada saumyatvam, maunam atma vinigraha. Four things I've said. Mana prasada. The pleasantness in the mind. Maintaining the pleasantness in the mind is a big tapas. You feel pleasant and very soon you can just drop all that pleasantness in your mind. Maintain the pleasant mana prasada, pleasantness, contentment in the mind. Saumyatvam. Saumya means what? Calm and compose. Calm, cool, compose. Pleasantness, pleasant, you can feel pleasant but excited, that is no. Some people feel very pleasant, but they need not feel, calm. The pleasantness can make them feel very crazy and act excited. But along with that, compose, saumyat. People who are happy, they create trouble to others. Because they are not aware. In that excitement and that happiness, they say things, they are not at all aware what they are saying, what they are doing, and how it can, affect others. But if a person is composed, is it the right word? Yeah. Calm and composed, he is more aware. Awareness comes in composed mind. You are sensitive to others' feelings, how it affects others, sensitive to your surrounding. So, pleasant mind and composed mind, mana prasada saumya, maunam, silent mind, not the chattering mind. Silence is the tapas of the mind. Maunam, again, here is the mind which is scattered, bringing it all together. tying all the loose ends of the mind together. That is silence, no. Then Atma Vinigraha, and remaining in the self, back to the self. This is the tapas of the mind. This mind again and again goes out, goes out, goes out, goes out. Again and again bring it back effortlessly, easily, to remind to the self and see this self in everybody. That is also me. That also myself. Also. Normally we think our mind is in the body. But it is not so. Body is inside the mind. We discussed this already. Huh? 10 times bigger than your physical body is your body of prana. Your energy, bioenergy is 10 times bigger than the physical body. And 10 times bigger than the pranic body is your mind body, your thought body. And 10 times bigger than that is your intuitive body. And 10 times bigger than that is the blissful body. 10 times means infinite times. Boundless is our blissful body. That's why when you feel blissful, happy, you don't feel the boundary, you don't feel the limit to you, you feel expanded. And when you feel sad and unhappy, you feel crushed, because then your prana is getting you smaller than your real body. That's exactly the mechanism of unhappiness. You know, it's like you are trying to put your body through that ventilator. It cannot fit. Your body cannot fit. Then you feel suffocated. That's why you feel so unhappy. Like that when your prana, which is so big, you try to crush it into small, you feel unhappy, unpleasant. When you walk through the door, you don't know, your body can go through it. Whenever you are unhappy in life, know that you have put your love into small channel. Your love is so great, so big, it needs a royal door to walk through. But you have stuck that big elephant's body of your love into a small chimney or ventilator. It cannot either go out nor come in. This is entanglement. That's why that love seems to bring problems to you. You do not understand its magnitude. This is tapas. Manomay tapas, Atma Vinigraha, coming back to the self, gripping the centeredness. Rest we will see later. That much for today. Jai